no passport. Believe me, not unless you in they army and you fight for white folks. They give you a passport, they either use your ass up, then they take your pass and give you a post. They take your pass, and then they done got your new post. Now you can't have breed, so you spoke to them goddamn new post. So they done took your passport from you. But you get the women and the children out. And as the army kept coming across, and we was fighting, like the battle of Kennesaw, all this happened right here in Georgia. See that right up there on the Chattahoochee River. Then the people moved up on the Catoosa River. That river run across the top part of Georgia down into Alabama. And it come out down around to Birmingham somewhere. I think either Birmingham or go down and come out down around. No, that's the river. It got a branch and it run down into Tuskegee, Alabama. And the Chattahoochee, they run into Montgomery. And the Chattahoochee River run down by through Columbus, Georgia. Right there at Tuskegee. So the Tuskegeans, they stayed between two rivers also, which was the Catoosa and the Chattahoochee. But it really was not so much of the Tuskegee Indian, but rather the Eufaula Indian, which is down south of Columbus, Georgia, on the line, but it's on the Chattahoochee River. And the Tuskegeans are just a branch of what were called the Eufaula Indian. But anyway, the people moved up on the Oconee Indian after they moved on the Chattahoochee. They moved up on the Catoosa River. And then they moved down into Florida and became the nucleus or the head tribe, not head and they were running everything, but they was the biggest tribe. They were the nucleus, or the people who made up the Seminoles. Now, other Seminole Indians, what were termed as the Miami Indians, a lot of them had migrated north because the Spaniards was trying to take over the Florida. And then the Spaniards started sailing around the Horn of Florida and then coming up on the west side up around the Tampa Bay. But today, that area where the Oconee Indian had settled was around the present day Gainesville, Georgia, to the coast, to the west coast of Florida. From Gainesville, headed back out to what they call the Gulf of Mexico. And then there was another group that settled in around the Jacksonville, Florida area. And they mixed in mainly with the Savannahs or the Yamasee. It's saying the Savannah Indians is still like saying the Yamasee or Yamasee Indian. Because Savannah is not necessarily talking about a place, but it's talking about Savannah. It's talking about a river water system or a land type situation. The Savannahs. And they, another set moved in around like Jacksonville. And then they mixed in because the Yamasee or Savannahs was the nucleus of those. And to show y'all what I'm talking about, the movie Rosewood is a small telling of their story. Because Rosewood was almost there on the coastline. They done probably changed it up You know, they're good at changing landmarks. White folks is. Or foreigners is. Same thing. White folks is to foreigners. Care what color they were. They was damn foreigners. And it just is what it is. You can get mad with it, do with it what you do damn about it. That's just what it is. They can get mad about it, I don't care. But anyhow, the in the Rosewood movement, that's what we're at, in the Rosewood movement. It's a small telling. You know how when they got to fight, when the white folk wanted to hang them and kill off all the men, because the white girl lied, or y'all thought she told a lie, but she didn't lie. She told y'all the truth. Y'all just don't understand it. But she told y'all the truth when she said a nigga did it, a damn Mo did it, a damn Mason. It was a damn Mo. She know what she was saying when she said it was a nigger. She was saying it's a damn Mason. It's a damn Mo. You had some Tony moles and some white moles. There's some Indian looking and Asian looking moles. Everywhere the mole went, they made babies. And enslaved folk. If you follow their history, they tell you about the great empire, where they spread their empire by the sword too. Where they went. It's just a fact of history. All you gotta do is read it and for yourself and stop believing everything these folk telling you, because you got an itchy ear and you heaping to yourself a teacher. That's what the good book said. That's what the good book says, that they heap to themselves teachers, having itchy ear. Don't have me to find it today because I ain't gonna look for it. But if you don't believe it in there, prove me wrong. Go read the whole book. And then when you find it, act like you ain't know it was there. Anyhow. But the movie Rosewood was a small telling of that. And you see where they said we're going to get the women and children out and send them up to well. The gang bill, these were Seminole Indians. The black folk they were Seminole Indians. In the movie. They had a few Moors come in, like the character, that's a fictional character, the Mr. Man character played by the Vin Rain. I ain't gonna say nothing about that, they might want to sue me. And I ain't got shit for them to sue. But anyhow, the Vin Rain played in that movie, he played the Mr. Man part. Now he was playing a part of a Mo. That's why him and Sam Carter got along so good. You know, Sam Carter was the Mason that made the horseshoe. And when they had Sam Carter told the white man, well, you can't eat me. And the white boy said, you ain't no damn Seminole. You ain't no damn Seminole, boy. And shot him. But you had some runaways who were running away from the colonists. That's also another group that went in to make up the nucleus was from runaways from the colonists. Not runaway Indians, they were runaway slaves. But a lot of the slaves looked like the dark-skinned Indian. It was kind of hard to tell them apart. Especially you got them a bunch of crowd together, black and brown, and a bunch of black. Nobody like Mama told you. The original man had two genes, a black gene and a brown gene. See? But y'all all on some other tip. And because y'all want to be all scientific and y'all don't know shit. And science mean to know. And why y'all got this fancy word, this fancy species, can pronounce all your words and spell most of them. At least you can spell some of them. And can't nobody tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all about Elijah Muhammad. He can come from right down here in these parts. How y'all think the people down here don't know about Elijah Muhammad? And he come from the people from down here. This where his family bloodline from, down here. Not no damn Detroit or no damn Chicago. What about all the people from down here that came up there with him to train y'all dumbasses? Talking about them moles. They was in the cities. the jive turkeys that you talk about on a good time. You know, you jive turkey, you. See, some of this stuff starting to make some sense to some people, and y'all laughing, tripping out on do-right crazy self, because he ain't got no sense, but he gonna tell you the damn truth. Even though he ain't got no sense, he gonna tell the damn truth. But another element in there was the runaway slave. And all of these runaway slaves wasn't dark-skinned slaves. You had a lot of what we call Caucasian people to run away and join on with us. And so then they start calling us multi-ethnic, meaning different groups of people. But the first when they were calling us multi-ethnic, it was talking about the language and the diversity in the language that we spoke. All the language was connected, but different groups of people had different dialects. We see that sometimes in our own families. You can go on one side of town and they ain't using the same word to mean bad. They might say that's bodacious. And then over there they saying, ooh, that's winkdified. That mean bad. You know what I'm saying? So that's made us multi-ethnic as far as the language part of it go. But then when we had all these, when the Seminole Confederation come together, you had all the different tribes then mixing in together. Because before the Seminole, you could still tell the tribe from one another. Because different tribes had different features. You know, cheekbone, eye, the way the head made, you know, because do-right got the egghead. So he from the egghead tribe. See, he from the egghead tribe. And, but anyhow, so that way we're talking about the multi-ethnic was about the language at first, but then when we had the Seminole Confederation, they said we became multi-ethnic then in the point that you had Europeans, you had Spaniards who ran away, you had Negroes that spoke Spanish and Caucasians that spoke Spanish and ran out. And then in the Seminole language today, you can see some of the Spanish words in it. You can see some of the English word in it. You can see some of the French word in it. It became like another English, another language in itself, different from Creek, different from Muskogee, different from Yamasee, different from Oconee. Because you had a conglomeration of a whole lot of elements that went into that. And if you notice today, most people that we call Caucasian are going to identify with being Seminole, because they know that's the only part they had. As far as actually getting the Indian blood in them like that. Because before, when we were fighting to free them, the slave, the black one and the white one, we were fighting to free them, we still didn't so much mix our blood with them. We let them in our tribe, but we let them marry among themselves. We taught them our way. And those who learn our system of government start waxing pretty rich. And then they became the sons of the Confederacy. The Confederacy was the Seminole Confederation, the Creek Confederation, the Hitachi Confederation. See, because the Creek Indian was different from the Oconee Indian. They were all dark-skinned people. But they were different. So they had a different language. They had a few, their customs was a little different from ours. We did not interfere in the way they did their government affairs. They didn't identify, but they used what they called the Muskogee Muskogean language for intellectual, for treaties, for this, that, and other between them. And it was a language based on all of the different languages that were there. So they took some word from the Oconee. They took some word from the Eufaula. They took some word from the Yamasee. They took some word from the Apache. Because the Apache is another, what we term today, Negro. I use Negro because that's the word that most of y'all know. When you're talking about Mennonite people, but the difference between Mennonite people, even black folk. Some of us are more like red, like brownish red. Then you got some folk that the mold, they black. The real molds here, they black. The one that look like us. But you got molds that look like Caucasian too. And they know they molds. And the molds look out for one another. And the mold like to play both sides to the middle. So the black mold that look kind of like me will make people like me think that they got our best interest in mind. But then they go over there and sit over there in the city hall with them white molds, with them white masons. See the truth coming out on them now. And there's a whole lot of shaking going on. But that's just, you know, what it is. So the Seminoles became a confederation of a different lot of different elements, a lot of different tribes. Ponies, Pennsylvanians, Fallers, Mobiles, Indians, the Yazoo Indians of Mississippi. Because what we have to remember, at that time, our nation was on attack from all angles and all sides. You had the English coming down